Is everybody ready?
Now some like praying mantis thing is talking to a dude and.
I think that praying mantis alien is also on the Brack show. But I think he also shows up on the Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Oh yeah, I recognize that thing from commercials.
Because for a minute
I never
showed
watched
like
any of those shows.
I think his name is Zorak.
There was something like a desk that like a talk show host would sit at there for a second, and now it's like a weird Windows 98 screensaver.
Yeah, the Zorak alien guy. I think he's sort of like the Andy Richter on Space Ghost Coast to Coast. He's like that sidekick kind of guy.
So a schmuck.
Pretty much. And then in the Brack show, he's like his friend. He's just his like best friend that gets him in trouble.
Yeah, I never watched any of those.
TV shows, what are those?
I don't know. They're
TV's
fun.
for fancy pansies and rich people.
Cartoons are
And
for
people who don't have
though.
internet. That's what TV's for. People who don't have internet.
Cartoons are for children and adults too. They're fun. You should have fun watching cartoons. Like me.
But I'm an adult.
Cartoons are for grown-ups too.
I'd rather sit in the darkness and watch grown men play video games I could be playing myself, but better.
Okay.
Sometimes they're like cartoon characters because they're weird.
And you go, no, only a cartoon character would do that. Don't walk through that
Well, you
door.
could be sneaky and win the mission, or you could blow up someone's butt and have everyone shooting at you.
Yeah.
That sounds amusing.
Our podcast this time is powered by the entire Space Ghost series, like the original Hanna-Barbera cartoon. I just found a list of 200 videos of Space Ghost, and I played it all.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Also, that cartoon was like 6 minutes long, so...
Some of the other ones are more like 11, 12 minutes. That maybe just because that was the first episode, it's shorter. I don't know.
I never watched Space Ghost or the Coast to Coast talk show or the Brat Guy or any of that weird stuff. But, like, I was aware of all that stuff because even, 10, however many years ago when I had Cartoon Network and I watched it, sometimes I'd be like, oh, they're showing a commercial for this Space Ghost thing. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I watched that one a little bit, but I watched Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, like all the time.
Yeah, at first I thought Harvey Birdman was like the same weird thing, and then I saw like, oh, they're making fun of like old Hanna-Barbera guys, like they have the Jetsons on there, or that cat that's always around.
Yeah, the Flintstones showed up.
Like stuff I could recognize, so I'd watch it and be like, yeah, they're making fun of this
like
stuff.
pretty much all like
Scooby-Doo and all that shit.
Yeah, there was also that weird. You remember that weird show where it was like a bunch of kids in a band and they had a shark, a talking shark?
No.
No, I remember Street Sharks.
It wasn't Street Sharks. It was bad, but
Playing that Street Sharks was good.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I had one of the Street Sharks action figures.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, he wore rollerblades. But with that one, they're like being sued because apparently they plagiarized some Japanese band's song.
Oh, I think I saw that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff on there.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched TV really in a long time, just because, There
was even an episode where he got married to some woman, and they never did the giggity giggities, but she was like constantly doing it with other men.
Wait, Harvey Birdman?
Harvey Birdman married her, and she was constantly like doing stuff with other men. He'd come home, and she'd be in the bedroom with like his boss and several other guys, and his boss would have like a whip or something, and ha ha! Oh, Harvey, you're home. Yeah, but they never did anything.
Okay.
Anyway, enough of Harvey Birdman. You have a toy, Jason. Toys aren't for boys, they're for adults.
Exactly.
What is your toy?
It is plastic.
It is a plastic briefcase. See?
Oh yeah, you do have a plastic briefcase. No, that's
An accessory.
it's like a school bag.
Well, yeah, I mean,
It's a thing that is square and opens.
I don't know. Japan is weird.
It's a book bag for
Sure.
school goings.
My toy's better than your toy.
Its tail doesn't.
You never
move.
told us what your toy was, Jason. Just a plastic book bag briefcase.
It's also got a hammer.
People have got to be so confused right now.
Now they can see it.
It's a
I'm looking
Kane
at it
from
right now.
Ranma 1/2. God
Yeah.
damn it. And she has peach on.
Yeah, and a big giant hammer for killing fools who are hitting on her.
She can use it when
Oh,
this
and a
face
plastic
hugger
stand.
comes and grabs her.
Neat. She also El Kabangs Ranma all the time.
Yeah. Ugh.
And he has these hands,
Those hands, like that.
the
like Wes is
pinky, index
doing now.
finger, thumb out hands. You know
weird
the
devil
ones.
sign hands.
Yeah. you
Except
know.
your thumb is to out instead of in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the weird Japanese. Oh, I've been ouched thing, but comedically.
Yeah.
Deal.
That totally means that's hilarious.
You'll
that
probably
I got hurt.
know exactly what we're talking about if you read manga, but
I can't even do that with my
probably.
left hand.
It's a
My
weird
pinky won't
anachronism.
cooperate.
And actually, I might have accidentally done that once or twice in life when I got hurt or stumbled over some
Really?
bullshit. Yeah, just kind of without thinking about it.
I can say honestly that I've never done that before,
Yeah, because
just
can't do
incidentally in my life.
I fall over a lot of stuff.
my left
So do
pinky
I.
won't cooperate. It's like if I put my ring finger down, my pinky does that.
Oh, your fingers are attached in a weird way like mine.
I can do it with my right hand, but not my left.
Yeah.
What?
That's like bugging the hell out of me now. What have you done to me?
I'm gonna duct tape those two fingers down and use pliers to straighten
Look
out
how
your
far
pinky.
down Jason's goes.
I
His
don't
fingers
see what
go
the problem
all the way
is.
down and they fold under.
I told you I do this sometimes without thinking about it. It's just like, oh no, I've fallen over something I left on the floor because I don't pick anything up.
My finger hurts now.
I didn't realize I was some kind of.
Don't worry, I'm gonna
Freak being.
use pliers to fix your fingers.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
They are obviously broken. I wish to return
But,
them and get a refund.
Yeah, that Rama figure that I have that does that. Like, it's the female Rama, and like I don't have the male version, which I want to see if he has the exact same thing. He probably does.
Yeah,
'cause
the replaceable hands to do the thing.
I think Akane hits him more often when he's male, probably.
She probably hits him a few times when.
Well, yeah, but
So she hits on both ways?
Yes.
sure, yeah. But I mean, the book made that joke several times, so why not?
She swings both ways.
Japan is weird. Hey guys, Japan is weird. I know, right?
Isn't that great?
Hey, Lauren, you got a toy.
It is
too.
great. It's the best thing ever.
Yes, I did.
What toy did you get, Lauren?
It is a xenomorph.
The
The
wait,
alien.
What's the Morphin Ranger Xeno? What's
It
that?
says it's a Colonial Marines.
It's from Aliens, the movies.
Which one?
Apparently not one of the movies.
I'm going to busy myself with the directions.
Colonial Marines. I don't know. I think that was a video game. I don't know. I never played it.
That's neat.
It might have been a comic,
He comes with different
which
hands
I also
too.
don't have. Yes, and he's like Jason's Japanese one with all the different hands.
Oh, she's got the goofy devil hands too.
He's got a face hugger
And yeah.
an egg.
It comes with a face hugger and an open egg.
And then
as
you
well.
just need to get
That's a
one of your,
bonus.
you just need to get one of your GI Joes and have him get a face hugger on his face.
Yeah.
There's a lot of warnings on these directions.
If only you had a chest burster in there too, then you can act out the whole thing.
That'd be
with the G.I. Joe.
hilarious. But yeah, he's super articulated as well, and you can like move all the joints. But the weirdest, stupidest thing is the tail is not articulated in any way. You cannot move it whatsoever. It's like hard cast in a very awkward position that makes it hard to move his legs. But you can't even rotate it or just move it. It's just like stuck there, and it's like, why?
My directions say warning may rub off several times.
Oh.
All the pieces, like the hammer and the everything, it's like warning may rub off.
Don't leave it alone.
I'm not sure what that means, but I'm excited to find out.
Stare at it too long. It might just rub off.
Good lord. You know what you should do? You should take your sister's Ken doll and tape the face hugger to Ken's face.
It'd be about the right size.
She's got the goofy hands too.
That's cool.
Which
All
is
those hands.
I'm not sure if I can think of a. Oh, she's probably done that too at some point.
Yeah, she has. It's usually not it. She's usually not getting hit, but it's like Ranma will say something and she'll go boo.
Oh yeah, he'll say something like stupid and embarrassing because he has no filter, and then afterwards.
And she'll stand kind of like this, like up on one leg, with her hands to the side.
Kinda, yeah. Oh, there in the back.
Not kinda, yeah. Like all the time.
Well, there's a picture of her like whacking what I assume is Ranma with the hammer, because I can't really see, but
Yeah.
She's whacking something.
great. Now I just need to get all of the other ones, but I haven't seen any other ones, so oh well.
Buy them all. Buy them all.
I don't know.
Oh, Jason's been playing something.
I bet he hasn't.
Well, we did
What
just
have you not been playing, Jason?
finish playing some Mario Party.
Oh yeah, Mario Party 8.
Ooh, actually, I
That's-
had a little bit of fun playing this one just because I refused to buy 2 stars, and it made Jason upset.
Yeah, that's not playing to win. You're doing it wrong.
But there was a series, 2 turns where I got to the star, refused to buy it, went around, and then took the same path back around towards the star. And then the next turn, I got to the same star again, and then bought it that time.
You are the worst kind of person.
Well, there was also the driving backwards on the cart thing. You always loved doing that.
Yeah, there was one Mario Party game where it didn't let me turn around though, so I just sat in the middle of the road as a stupid fat Wario
Yeah, you just
roadblock.
went to the bridge that was the narrowest point, and then just tried to sit there in the middle and block everybody. It was
Yeah.
hilarious.
No, he didn't try to do that. He tried to block me.
That's true.
Well, you just were the unlucky one to get stuck.
Oh yeah, just
I got past him just fine.
Yeah, this is the first Mario Party on the Wii.
Number
Yeah.
8. Yay.
Were there any others on the Wii or?
Number 9 was also on the Wii, and then 10 is on the Wii U.
Okay.
We're almost
We have
done.
more to do.
Until they make 11 on the
They
Switch.
sure slowed down a lot, having 4 on the GameCube and now only 2 on the Wii. What's wrong with them?
We had 3
They
on
could
the
have been up to
N64.
number 15 by now.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Yeah, if they did 3 on the 64 and 4 on the GameCube, that means they needed to do 5 on the Wii.
Oh
and
yeah,
6
just keep
on
that
the Wii U.
keep that progression going.
So, yeah.
Of course, with a failed console like the Wii U, like yeah, let's put 6 Mario parties on that thing.
Why not?
Now we need 7 on the Switch. And we need to all play Mario Party on that tiny little Switch screen.
Oh yeah, we won't even
That
plug
would
it into
be
a TV.
awesome.
We'll just all stare at the little screen
with the itty
with
bitty little baby boob
Joy-Cons.
Joy-Con controllers.
Yeah.
God, those controllers are so annoying.
Actually, I mean, aside from being small and they make my hands hurt because they're small, like the one other problem is, so you have the left controller and the right one. Both sides have a joystick and then like 4 buttons along with like the L and R or whatever the hell buttons.
But they're
The
in different
problem is-
places.
the joystick on the right Joy-Con, and if anyone looks at a picture of these stupid things, they'll understand immediately. The right stick is like centered in the middle of the controller thing instead of like slightly higher up or
Yeah, it should
whatever.
be at like the top.
It should basically be the same as if you flipped it around, like the other side. It should be identical, just turn it around the other way, and it's identical with the buttons on top and the stick on bottom, or vice versa. But this right stick-a-doodle thing is in the middle of the controller, so when you're using just that one to play a game, 2 players or whatever, like, you have to reach farther into the middle of the controller, which isn't too big of a deal considering how small they are, but it's also why...
It made a difference. I could tell, because I think I used the other one first, and then I used that one, and my hands started cramping up a lot faster.
Yeah, it
I don't know what
it
the
just
hell they were thinking.
is puzzling why they're not in the same
and
place
I was trying
for
to
both
play
sides.
Tetris with this thing too.
Yeah.
With not just playing Tetris, with a stick, which is bad in the first place instead
Yeah.
of a D-pad, but then having to stretch my thumb further over, I just started cramping up. It's probably cramping up worse because I was playing Tetris.
Wow.
And I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I don't really have a problem. In the case of that Tetris game, it was...
Well, it was hard to do the Tetris game because the joystick was so super sensitive that it would just like jump the piece around all over the place. Like you push left to go left, but you let go of the joystick and it makes it go back right because it's
dial
centered
it
itself.
in and be like pretty precise, but still, it's like I'd much rather use a D-pad. Like if I play like Tetris DS or any other Tetris ever, especially ones with quick drop, I can go faster than...
It makes sense to use a D-pad for a 2D puzzle game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing, like, we're using those stupid stick-a-doodle tiny weirdo things because we didn't have any other way to, like, control... Like, you can buy, like, other weird controllers or something for the Switch, but...
I mean,
it's
you
just
could have
what
at
we
least
had.
used the 4 buttons to move it around, and that would have worked.
Yeah.
Then you'd be rotating the pieces with
The L and R buttons,
I don't know.
because it had like the L
The
and R
L and R
button.
buttons are for holding the piece.
Well, make one of them rotate and the other one hold the piece.
Make the...
You need 2 rotate buttons.
No, you don't.
Oh, yes, you do if you want to do good in Tetris.
You don't need it that bad.
That's why I'm better than all of you.
They should have... to hold the piece, you should have had to spin the stick in a circle.
Flick the stick! Flick the stick!
No, spin it in a full circle all the way around. Or do up, down, left, right really quickly. And if you don't do it just quick enough, then it won't work.
So Hitman is a fun game. I've been playing the new Hitman. It came out like a year ago, so
It's
topical.
Right?
It's new. Actually, it kind of is in a weird way, because so when Hitman, this new one, it first came out, like, they released it, like, in episodes. Like, so they would release one map, and then, like, after a month or whatever, they'd make another map, and people would download that, and they made, like, 6 or 7 maps or something. Yeah, it's weird. But they did all the maps they were going to do for, they call it this season. So
It's like, wow, I finished this first map today, and now I have a...
yeah, now
I
you
have
gotta
to wait a
for
month to get the next one. I would have hated
to
that.
be fair, there's enough stuff going on in each map that you could play it for a good long time. But
You get to play the same map 15
it's
times.
kind of nice just having all that stuff in one, like, at once.
Yeah.
So, I've been playing that, and it's really good. And yeah,
You did things and
when-
stuff
when
and
the game
accidentally
first came
killed
out,
people.
I didn't have a PlayStation 4, so it's only just recently we got a PlayStation 4. So it's like, oh, well, now I can play the cool Hitman game because it looks like fun. I don't even like sneak around bullshit games, and I tried playing like some of the other Hitman games, and I couldn't do anything. It's like, oh, you're just gonna get shot and die. It's like this. I don't like this. I'm not good with the sneakering, but this new one's really fun.
But you played through all of the Metal Gear Solid games.
Yeah, I played the first 2, and then I got halfway through the third one, but then I got bored. I was kind of burnt out on Metal Gear.
Oh,
at that point.
and you didn't have a PS3 either, so you couldn't play
Yeah,
the
and I
fourth
couldn't
one.
play 4, so yeah, I don't even know if it's on PlayStation 4, which is dumb, but
Yeah, because you
I
can't
didn't-
play the third games on the fourth console. That wouldn't make any sense whatsoever.
well, they have a bunch of PlayStation 3 games on the PlayStation 4, but
Yeah, you
they
can
don't have
download it
all
and
of
take
them.
up all your hard drive.
You know, I may have mentioned this in our previous podcast, not this one, the one we were doing before. But the only Metal Gear Solid game I like is Metal Gear VR Missions,
Oh,
and that's not really a Metal Gear Solid game.
that's kind of like the training, isn't it?
It's like a training game, but I liked it because it was basically like a puzzle game where they would set up like get through this little scenario without being spotted. Like you couldn't be spotted. And if you were spotted, you started over, but then once you got through it, it was like playing a little puzzle game, but you were
You had to do the
Solid
certain thing
Snake
at a certain
sneaking
time
around.
and
Yeah.
figure out what you had to do at certain
Yeah.
times.
Is
And
there
I
one
know
where
it
you
was
have to
fun.
blow up people's butts?
Not that I remember.
Ah,
But I played all the way through the VR missions, and I was like, "Nah, this was fun. They need to make another VR missions."
you can play the game and then you can like.
No, but I don't like the games. I don't like the other games. I want to find VR missions for PS1 and have only that and make people upset, but also make me happy because I could play it again and have fun.
And everybody else would be upset.
It'd
It'd
be
also
like,
make you happy.
But if you played that, then you could play the full game and you do good because you can do that VR missions, and that's the point. And I'm like, I don't want to. But then you could get the super awesome story part. Blah 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 blah. I don't feel like it.
Yeah, the story in Metal Gear is wacky. So like, I only played the first two, and then I got halfway through the third one, got bored. But basically, I was able to watch a couple of yahoos on the internet play all of the Metal Gear Solids is, which was nice because I was able to see the rest of like number 3, which I didn't play all of, and then like 4, which I can't play, and at the very least try and figure out the story. I say try because the story is bananas.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't really understand
Maybe
it.
they didn't translate the story properly.
No, it's translated just fine. It's
You know what? I bet I could find VR missions online somewhere, but they probably say super rare game and sell it for a lot because probably not many people bought that.
Or else somebody will have it and be, this is shit. I'll give it to you. Just pay the shipping and handling.
Dude, super sweet.
What, you don't want to play actual Metal Gear? Here you go. Here's the stupid bonus disc, you weirdo.
I'm sure most people would say it's super duper rare.
I don't know. I got Japanese Christmas Nights, and it was super cheap, and I could swear Christmas Nights was really rare because it was a rental-only sort of deal. So, like, Clay Fighter 63 1/3 or Sculptor's Cut or whatever, and that
knows?
them again, and they're expensive.
I never really bothered looking.
I think on that Metal Gear Solid collection I have, it's like the 2 PlayStation 2 games, and the first one was on PlayStation. But, like, in a little collection. I have that, and I think if I play the Metal Gear Solid on the thing, it has the VR missions. Probably.
Oh, did it come as a bonus disc?
No, I think it was just part of the game.
Yeah, it was built in.
So, like, if you...
Which one?
The first one. Metal Gear Solid.
I remember having a separate case.
I mean, maybe later on they just added it in, like, just because. I don't know.
I don't know.
I know Metal Gear Solid 2 had a lot of that stuff and, like, weird dumb shit, like, oh, now you're skateboarding, and it's fucking, what the hell's going on? But,
Or now you can play through the game naked, or...
yeah,
There probably wasn't naked mode, but...
no.
I think there were some other ones where you could play through the game dressed in a different
Yeah,
way.
you can
or-
play through it. It's
Well,
like,
you
oh,
just
now
have to
Snake has a
hack it.
tuxedo or something.
Yeah.
Hack it on the
oh, now
computer.
you're like James Bond.
Although there is a point in Metal Gear Solid 2 where you're running around naked as Raiden, and it's an experience. Especially when you cartwheel. He's just holding his junk doing a cartwheel, and it's like, what's going on? And Snake shows up. He's like, I can't believe you've been walking around this way. Stupid idiot. Why aren't you wearing any clothes?
Take the guard's clothes or
And
something.
he gives you a sword, and then things get weird. You end that game by fighting the former president who has octopus arms on the burning wreckage of, like, the Hall of Presidents or something. Like, it's fucking insane.
And that sounds boring.
It's crazy.
I thought we were talking about Hitman.
We were.
So Hitman is for PlayStation 4. Actually, I think it's on everything.
Snore.
But it's fun. So, like, I did this mission where I had to kill these two people and this virus they were making in, like, their weird Italian villa mansion place. And there's, like, guards everywhere because they're rich and weird. And then I poisoned this one guy because I pretended to be a chef. And he got poisoned. And he went over to the cliff. And he started puking. And I kicked him in the ass. And he fell off the cliff and died. And then I found this lady. And she's having an affair with a golf coach. Even though she's, like, with the other guy who I just killed, and then I pretend to be the golf coach, and I, like, have the guy's phone, and I call her, and it's like, hey, you want to go have sexuals in the bedroom? And she's like, sure, I'll wait for you. And then I go in there, and she's like, wait, who are you, bald person? And then I stab her in the neck with a circumcision knife that I found somewhere, because that's a thing. And then she died, and I went downstairs as a scientist, and I destroyed the virus after killing some scientists by dumping them in what I thought was an empty box, but actually a vat of acid, and they died, and I was like, oh, that's too bad. And then I killed the virus, and then I ran out with my circumcision knife, and I was like, I am the circumscientist, and I jumped on a plane, flew away, and it was awesome. That game's really good.
Didn't you also El Kabong a guy in the head with a can of expired spaghetti sauce?
I threw a couple cans of expired spaghetti sauce at people's heads, and it just went bonk. That game's really great. Like, you can throw anything at someone's head, like fire axes and shit. Like, some of the stuff will knock them out, like the can of spaghetti. And then, like, the fire axe will kill 'em.
specifically says expired spaghetti.
Yeah, expired spaghetti sauce. And if you throw an axe, they'll just, like, stick in their head and they'll fucking die, and it looks brutal, and it's great. It's so much fun. Every level in that game has so many cool things to do. I didn't even try the exploding golf ball, or, like, pretending to be the golf coach and, like, actually canoodling with the lady. I don't know. I don't think you actually have sex with her. You just, like, lure her to the bedroom, and then you can, like, kill her in various ways. Like, there's so many
So you
cool
could
things.
lure her by posing as him rather than just calling her?
Yeah, rather than just calling her, because by that time I wasn't dressed up as the dude. I think I just had his phone. But it still lured her out. Like, normally she's hanging around the laboratory, and it's like, well, it'll be hard to kill her because she's down in the underground laboratory, and there's people everywhere, so if I, get her away from all that stuff, it'll be super easy to kill her. And she was just, like, upstairs in a bathroom.
Or you could just Rambo it and just run around shooting everybody, right?
Well, you can, but it's hard because you die quick. Because
you're bad.
bullets hurt. No.
You just have to
And
dodge
it's
them.
more fun to lure her away with the pretense of doing the naughty doinkity doinks.
Yeah.
She's a very horny lady.
In the first map, I dressed up as a famous supermodel called Helmut Kruger. And he looks like Hitman, bald and everything, Agent 47. Except he's got, like, weird, like, makeup on because he's, like, a weirdo, eccentric, billionaire model guy. And it was cool because I actually walked the runway with, like, all the supermodels. I didn't even have to do that. I was just doing it for funsies. And everyone in the place was like, oh, my God, it's Helmut Kruger. Oh, can I have your autograph and stuff? And it was great.
And that's when you just break out a gun and start shooting everybody. And then they all think it's that other guy, and you get away scot-free.
Oh, you can. You can also, like, there's, like, a big light fixture above the stage, and if you go up there, you can loosen it and just drop it on everyone. You kill, like, 400 people at once, and the party all freaks out and runs away. It's great. That game is really good. People should play it. This year-old game.
I don't know, it sounds a little bit boring to me.
Yeah, I got other games to play.
I'd like to hear one game that's better than Hitman or Mario Party 8.
Dragon Quest Builders.
Pshaw.
Say, Lauren, have you been playing a game called Dragon Quest Builders?
No.
Oh, yeah. I have.
Oh.
Damn it.
I was going to ask you to tell us about it and talk about it and stuff.
I'm going to stare at the wall.
Try to convince people to play it because I think it's fun.
So you might have heard of a game called Minecraft.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's the game where you're square people and you mine squares and you build things with squares, right?
No, that's the one where you build things with spheres.
What's the one with squares?
Spherecraft.
No. It's confusing.
But yeah, they basically took Minecraft and then put it in a Dragon Quest universe, which is pretty awesome because my number one problem with Minecraft is there's not enough stuff. I mean, you can do a lot of things in it, but nowhere near enough. And
I saw a guy make a Beetlejuice roller coaster, and it was cool in Minecraft.
those are the insane people that have way too much time on
Someone
their
made the Resident Evil 1 mansion, and he was going to make the police station. I need to look that up.
I remember
then
playing
he finished
Minecraft and seeing a pig and thinking it was funny.
I remember a certain somebody busting down another person's house as he was trying to build it, and that was hilarious.
That's pretty funny too.
People don't know how to play by the fucking rules.
Hi. Hello. What you doing? Hi. But yeah, Dragon Quest Builders is pretty fun because you start off and then you get a flag and you go to this shining spot and you put the flag down and then that's like becomes your base. So then you build up your base by doing Minecraft-esque stuff, but fighting Dragon Quest enemies and getting Dragon Quest items and weapons, and that's fun.
Sounds like more fun than something called Mario Party 8.
Yeah, it's more fun than Mario Party 8.
What? Blasphemy.
Definitely more fun.
No.
But it's not perfect because it's like there is no like random generation thing. It's a set map. Like every time for each chapter is a set map, and
It's
you
the
can
world
only
of Alifgard from the first 3 Dragon Warrior
yeah you can
games.
only build your town in the one spot. It's like you can't go, hey, I want to build a town on top of that hill. No.
Because you're rebuilding the towns from the first Dragon Warrior.
Yeah,
But then you should be able to expand upon them and build a city over the entire map.
that would be pretty awesome. But no, you just keep doing. You do the one chapter and you get all the quests, and then you slowly get more and more items and can build better stuff. Which is the only way to get better is by getting better stuff, and then you beat the chapter, and then you go back to nothing to start the next chapter. And yeah, I'm on chapter 3 right now. I know there's at least 4, but the menu makes it look like there might be 5. So I don't know for sure. But after you beat the first chapter, it unlocks a free play mode where you go into this other map and the area you start at doesn't have any enemies in it. And it's just like this area where you can build whatever you feel like. And apparently if you build stuff in these certain squares that they have outlined, you can share them online with other people.
So
And-
it becomes Minecraft with monsters turned off.
Yeah, except you can go through portals that go to other items where there are monsters to get the materials you need to build your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest downside is there's no multiplayer. 0 multiplayer.
Oh, there's apparently a 2-player mode if you network 2 PlayStation 4s and play in that free build mode.
Maybe. I don't know. That's what the box said. I was looking it up online. They say there's absolutely no multiplayer whatsoever. The extent of the multiplayer is you can share stuff online. But the box says 1-1
And
network.
that probably is what it means. Like, you're sharing your stuff with another person.
Oh,
That's
well,
playing your thing.
the game doesn't have multiplayer, so clearly it's shit.
Yeah, that's the biggest downside.
Wait, are you saying a 4-player, say, party game is much better?
No, a 4-player Terraria game is much better.
No.
Even 4-player
Basically, what
Minecraft
I'm
is better than Mario Party.
Basically, what I'm saying is that pretty much every new game that they put out has to have a half-assed bullshit multiplayer mode slapped onto it because people think that it's not fun unless it has multiplayer mode.
Well, that is one
It's
plus.
kind of like the N64 era when it's like, oh wait, it's on a console that has 4 controller ports, so everyone can just have their controller and play a 4-player game. Even though this is like a 1-player game like Kirby, let's throw in a couple shitty mini games, and that makes it a 4-player game, and that means people want to play it more. or every shooting game in the world having a 4-player deathmatch mode. It's like, oh, shoot each other. Or you could do cooperative. No, shoot each other.
Or every shooty doodle game coming out now has an online.
Yeah, and every game now is just that, but online.
It's like, oh, should I do a deathmatch, or should I do a capture flag, or should I do a stupid free for all?
After you play the 2-hour story mode, that's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd rather this game not have a multiplayer than have a crappy tacked on one that sucks. But they
Quick, it's a small arena and you both have a sword, kill each other.
yeah, that would be like the extent of
It's
it.
like that Snipper Clips game of the mode where you just snip each other, and it's like, that's dumb because it's stupid.
I get that it's like a Minecraft-esque world, but they also have like a specific storyline going on, right?
Yeah, you got the storyline for the chapters, and I could see them doing like a 2-player split screen where, you know, the second player can't, you know, talk to anybody and do the storyline. The first player would have to do it all, but the second player could, you know, run around and grab stuff and help out by killing things, and that would be actually kind of fun.
Kill monsters because the villagers are apparently retarded.
Well, they are retarded because they'll all just run out there to try and attack the monsters. It's like, no, I built this town with walls for a reason. It keeps the monsters out. Don't run out of the town. But no, they just run right out of the town to go attack the monsters. And it's like, oh, you're all morons. You deserve to die. Why am I helping you? But, yeah, it needed like a random generation thing. So where it would just like randomly generate a world like Minecraft, and then you could build in it. And then have villagers just randomly show up and help you, and that would be awesome. They could literally just take the foundation they have with this and make a whole second game that's just Dragon Quest Builders multiplayer. And that would be the whole game. It would just like randomly generate a map.
Dragon Quest Builders, the MMO.
Yeah, something like that. But
They
it
do
just
have a Dragon Quest X is actually a multiplayer online Warcraft type deal.
Huh.
I think it only came out in Japan, so yeah.
But you can't build things in that, can you?
yeah. Where's the Minecraft? Because that's the
Everything
awesome
has
part.
to be
Is
like
building
Minecraft now
things.
because Minecraft is really successful.
Space Ghost is standing in front of a bootleg Master Shake, and I don't understand.
Really?
Yeah. Like, look, not that thing, but
that
there.
other thing.
Oh, you know what? I wonder if this is Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
I think it is, because before I saw, like, the talkie
Yeah,
desk and
they
stuff.
probably threw in some of those episodes.
Yeah,
in
I think they
whatever.
mixed that in with, like, the real Space Ghost or whatever.
Yeah.
But I saw it's like, that looks like Master Shake, but not really.
I mean, it's just a playlist somebody threw together on YouTube, so they probably just put whatever Space Ghost anything in there.
Yeah.
This is related, right?
Oh, yeah, and there's Frylock and Meatwad, and they also look bootleg, so, yeah. I mean, it's, you know, Cartoon Network, so they have the rights to the characters, so I don't know why they just make them look like the characters. I don't know if they're going to sound like the characters.
Maybe it's some joke that we're not
Yeah,
getting
I mean,
because we're not actually watching
yeah,
it.
we don't have sound.
And we don't have sound. That
And I haven't watched Aqua Teen Hunger Force in like 10 years, so I couldn't, you know, say.
Yeah.
And I didn't watch
I
much of
remember-
it back in the day, but I did remember liking it, that and Harvey Birdman.
Yeah, I remember when I first saw commercials for Aqua Teen Hunger Force,
I was
I
like,
thought
what
it
is
was,
this fucking
I thought it was the
garbage?
stupidest looking show ever, and then I finally ended up watching an episode, and I was like, this is pretty good,
Yeah, it's
actually.
actually pretty funny. Like, Carl shows up, and he's like all angry about stupid stuff, and
Yeah.
Didn't he have like a pool or something? You can't use my pool or
I
something.
think he had a
weird
doughboy pool.
shit. Yeah,
Just an above ground garbage pool.
yeah. And they were always using it, and he didn't like that.
Yeah.
That was a
I
fun
think
show.
he even had a diving board set up for that thing.
Yeah. Man.
I mean, it's not like he ever used it. He was just in
No.
his slippers and sweatpants all the time inside.
Yeah. And when I saw Carl, for the first time, it reminded me of... You remember a long time ago you told me about when you and Sean played The Sims and you made Robert Stinko?
Yeah.
It reminded me of that. Like it's like, I imagine that's what Robert Stinko looks like. He looks like Carl.
He
except
does.
he's still in his house and he's like, I have a refrigerator and a floor to put food boxes.
Robert Stinko is Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger
Yeah.
Force, basically.
He's
But-
like, hey, what are you
yeah,
doing in my pool? Get out.
We, with the first Sims game, we decided to make, like, the most depressing character possible. So we built him a little shack with a reclining chair, the tiny little black and white TV
Yeah.
on a rolling rack, a bar, and a refrigerator, and nothing else. No toilet, nothing. And we just make him stand there and drink and drink and drink until he pissed his pants. And then we just make him eat snacks all the time because the snacks created little piles of garbage. And then there was actually one time he got some motivation somehow. And he started cleaning up the garbage and we're like, no, cancel. And we figured out that if he picks up 3 piles of garbage and then just drops it on the floor, it creates a larger pile of garbage.
Oh.
So we're like, ooh, pick up some garbage and then cancel and make him drop it. And so he's creating these huge big piles and just like sifting through it. And we actually got him a job one time. And we decided for his first day, we'd keep him up all night and just have him, like, arrange it to where he passed out in the middle of the road where the carpool shows up. So the carpool shows up and he's just passed out in the middle of the road right in front of them. And they just pull up right in front of him and just start honking the horn. And he's just passed out in the road, misses his first day of work and loses his job.
I can't remember. Were Sims able to die in the first one?
Yeah.
I thought they could die in all
Yeah,
of
you
them.
could die in all of them, yeah.
Yeah,
I
Sims
think-
is a game I never played, but I always had fun, like, listening to people's stories of playing it and doing weird shit.
It was
Once
an
we
awesome
started,
game.
once we started getting some expansions, we made new versions of Robert Stenko, and we actually ended up getting him the fireworks and had them made him set them off inside his house, and then he's just like burning his house down.
Oh god. Yeah, I had Sims 2 because our sister had a bunch of expansions,
Garbage day.
and the thing is like every time you'd install an expansion, you'd end up using that disc to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
So we found out which disc it was that would be like the furthest along and you had to play. So I installed every single one except for that one, and then I just played with almost everything except for that last expansion.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it won't have dogs in this
Yeah, I
one,
think
but
it was
got
the
everything
pets.
else.
Yeah,
The one where you could get pets.
and they didn't even do anything. They
And
just
it's
sat there.
Yeah, and it's like I can live without pets. This is, but yeah, I spent lots of hours playing that and doing stuff, and I had went into this one house was like all gothic themed castle with like a vampire stupid coffin at the bottom, and my guy, I think he was a vampire at the time, and then he also practiced magic because that was another thing you could do. And I just built this house and made really cool places. And then there's this turret up in the upper part, and I went and like made this room up there that you could only get to by teleporting. It was fun. It was a secret room, and that
You
was
just-
an awesome game.
You just sit there, rosebud, 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 rosebud. If you played that and you knew the money cheat,
I didn't
rosebud.
actually know any cheats.
Yeah,
Sounds like
at
me
least
playing the original like
in-
Sim City. It's like I have Sim City on Super Nintendo, and the only fun I actually sat down with the instruction manual. It's like, okay, everyone likes Sim City or whatever. I'm gonna actually learn how to play this game, and I actually sat down like with the instruction manual on my real ass Super Nintendo. It's like I'm gonna learn how to play this game, and I kind of did, and then I ran out of money, and then I just cheated and gave myself a ton of money because that's a cheat, and then I got bored again.
I
Yeah,
could never
and-
actually do SimCity.
I
It
don't
would always be
I just,
bankrupt.
I don't
and
like
it's
the sim.
well, this is stupid.
anything games. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe I'm stupid.
It's fun. It's more fun for me to stop trying to be successful and happy or whatever with The Sims and just make depressing, shitty families.
Well, yeah, it gets.
There's
Yeah, like I said, I have
you-
more fun hearing about you making Robert Stinko than I
Yeah.
ever had playing the game myself.
I mean, we also made like this gold digger character where he starts off in the cheapest house, and then you seduce some rich guy's wife, and she ends up marrying you, and you move into his house, and then you can end up killing her and just take all the money, and
oh, jeez,
yeah,
that's kind of like Hitman. Maybe I should play those games. I
Well,
don't know.
it's always more fun to screw around in those games than it is to actually try and do it right, because eventually it gets to be like a chore. It's like, oh my god, I need food. Oh, I need sleep, and I need to go to the bathroom, and I'll do this.
There's
Oh, I'm gonna miss my job. Get over there.
there's I think it was Sims 4. I can't remember for sure. It was 4 or 5, something like that, where they actually made it a lot easier to be happy, because you could set up particular life goals for your sim. Like, I just remember.
want to be an architect.
No, it's better than that.
I want to
mean-
be a super architect.
Like, I remember just in particular one character I made, you could make it his life's goal to be a gold digger.
Really?
Yeah, and
Not
I
like an actual like prospector, but like someone who like marries women for their gold.
yes,
Their gold.
yes, and that I did that several times over. I sought out the richest women in town, and you could actually, you weren't like in the first one, you were confined to your yard and the street in front of it, basically. But in this one, you could just walk and roam around town and go anywhere.
So there wasn't like loading screens or anything.
No, not that I remember. You could also like call a cab and go into town or
Yeah,
whatever.
just for like fast travel.
Yeah. So I would just seek out the richest women in town. I'd seduce them, marry them, and then end up killing them somehow. And like you could do it various ways. You could like pause the game and then build a little square
just trap
wall
them in a
around them
room
and
and
trap
then
them in there, and they'll starve to death, or get them to swim in the pool and take away the ladder, and for some reason they can't get out of the pool and they'll drown.
Wasn't there a thing like if they died, then their ghost was floating around or something?
Yeah. Well, they'll once they die, a tombstone will show up. And then every once in a while, their ghost will just show up and haunt you, and you'll get scared. And that's all.
That's what
But-
they do in the second one. Their
but-
ghosts would be wandering around, screwing with things,
Yeah.
and breaking stuff.
But what you could do, at least in whatever the one I played was, 4th or 5th, you could sell the tombstone, and then they'll never show up again.
Really?
As long as the tombstone's there, they'll show up. But you could just sell it.
I remember
But
I think
yeah.
it was the second one. You'd like Rochambeau death to like bring him back to life. You'd
Yeah.
have the ghost like, okay, Rochambeau. Oh, cool, they come back to life.
Death has a lot
pretty
of time
funny.
on his hands.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was cool. Like having the gold digger goal, because it was super easy to make him happy. And but I also remember from that just reminds me of the first one again. If you didn't have an alarm system in your house, every once in a while, like a robber might show up, and they're the stereotypical like black and white striped shirt with the
Stupid
little
mask
and the
maybe a
beanie.
bag or something.
Yeah, and they have a bag, and they'll show up into your house, and they'll just have a sack, and then they'll like grab your whole stove and oven and stick it in the bag, and then throw it over their shoulder, and then they'll walk over to your TV and grab the TV and stick that in the
It's
bag
like Animal
too.
Crossing, like you touch an item, it turns into a leaf, and you put it in your pocket.
Yeah, pretty much. They'll just like take any large item and just shove it into the sack and then throw it over their shoulder, and then they'll sneak out.
Pretty sneaky.
I remember when
Yeah.
Speak up, oh
the
my
robber,
god, my stove.
Yeah, when the robber would do that, I'd like pause it and go and build a wall around them so the robber couldn't leave, and the robber would starve to death.
Yeah.
The other thing I would do is I'd create a zoo. Like you could
With animals?
Oh, just like the people. Yeah, I did that.
You throw a party.
You'd invite people over. It's like you call them up on the phone. Hey,
Yeah.
come over to my house, and they'd show up.
They'd show up, and once they're in the yard, you just stop, pause it, build a picket fence around them, and then they can't go anywhere.
You just give them the necessities. Like here's a toilet and a refrigerator.
You buy them, or you could buy them like a Thanksgiving turkey and just throw it on the ground, and they'll eat that for a while or something. And, yeah, you just
Here, fight over.
just
it.
collect
I even
people.
I even made a zoo out of like the emergency services. Like you call the fire department on a fake call, and they'll show up, and then you picket fence around the firemen, or picket fence
fireman to
around.
my collection.
I've added a policeman to the collection. But the only problem with those is eventually they'll disappear. They'll stay there for like a couple days, just wandering around in their fenced-in area.
the fire? They called me. I can't
But then eventually they'll go, "Ooh, you called in a false charge, and then they'll give you a ticket, and then they'll just disappear.
$20 fine, bye.
It'd be nice
But-
if they just
But
do that
your,
and then
your
just
neighbors,
wander
I'm
around.
I'm pretty sure your neighbors you can keep in your zoo forever as long as you keep them alive.
That's great.
Another thing.
Occasionally throwing a stake. Fight for it, plebeians.
Well, one of
Abuse
the
me.
things I did once was to see how many people
Winner
I could
gets to
kill
stay
in
in
my
the
town.
swimming pool
Like-
tonight.
It's like I'd have a place and then have them come over and then try and kill as many people as possible. I had this
Yeah,
huge
yeah.
graveyard.
The other
If
kind
you're
of,
lucky, you can sleep with me. If you're lucky.
the other kind of fun thing you could do, like when you make a family, you can make like up to, at least in the earlier games, you can make up to 8 people in a family. So you just make 8 adults.
Catholics.
Yeah. I'd make 8 adults. I'd build a house around them with no door, and then I'd set like one turkey in the middle of the floor, and then just let them go. See what happens. Just fast forward.
Wow.
Fight for it!
Man, maybe that's my problem. Like, why I never enjoyed the Sims games. I don't
You
have
tried to play it properly.
Yeah, I
What's
don't
the
have
matter with you?
I don't have the imagination to like be crazy. It's like when I watch, said people play Hitman, and it's like one of the typical people, let's call them Nad and Drab, or they're like trying to fight like do it normally, and then all of a sudden one's like, hey, why don't you just blow up everyone in their butt? And it's like, no, you don't do that. That's not how you're supposed to play the game. But it ends up being way more interesting and funny just doing crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Even when I was playing Hitman myself, like, I'm trying to do it normal. It's like, okay, I don't want to get seen. I want to see if I can do this right. But sometimes I would just get frustrated and be like, you know what, fuck it. Spaghetti can to the head. All of you. And knock out 5 people. And then it actually works. That's the thing. It's not like, oh, well, I just acted stupid and I got punished for it. Like, it'll actually work sometimes. And you're like, wow, I can't believe I got away with being stupid. And maybe that's how I need to play games from now on. Just be a dumb 15-year-old or something.
Yeah. I mean, like with The Sims, eventually you'd run out of money or whatever, but that's when the money cheat comes in handy.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, SimCity. It's like, oh, I can't build any more like football fields or whatever they want. So money cheat. Otherwise, I'm gonna sit here. Like, you could get the money, but you're just sitting there waiting for like an hour for them to work it or whatever. It's like, I'll just save time.
I mean, like the money cheat in The Sims was, at least in the first one, you type in Rosebud and you get $1,000, and it was so
yeah,
it
that's
didn't go
nothing.
very far.
It's like $1,000 bucks.
You can buy a wooden sled.
Cool. Yeah,
Wow.
you'd have to
So,
sit there and type
I mean,
it 15,000 times.
If you wanted to build like a huge mansion, it would take forever, and I did that a couple times, where I just sit there and type in Rosebud for like an hour.
Yeah.
Control
but-
paste.
They don't have a cheat
But,
for like actual more money, not like just 1,000 at once.
Probably.
Well, they might have, but in the
Can you
first one,
type
I
in
think
there is no cow level and just get everything?
that'd be neat.
Mm.
But so what I would do is just come up with the crazy, silly scenarios where you didn't have to spend a whole lot of money to be entertained by it.
What is
Sometimes
that?
I'd build
What are you doing?
a full 8-person family and just build little toilet stalls, give them all a recliner and a TV, and just watch what happens. They're just in the yard with their.
Man, I've been doing it wrong.
Yep.
That's funny.
You could even in that one where you could roam around town. You could even go to your neighbors and like dig in their garbage can for food.
Just go
Yeah,
just travel around and dig through other people's garbage and
I'm
stuff.
not above it. Like in Animal Crossing, I'd always go to like the dump, and it's like, oh, there's like a shirt on the ground, and like so.
Yeah.
But they throw away good stuff. It's like, oh, a TV. It's just random items. It's not like, oh, I found a banana peel. There's still banana left in it. Yum.
I think you could
Well,
actually
of course,
make
in
it a
Animal
life goal.
Crossing, you can sell it.
I think you could actually make it a life goal in that one to be homeless. You could just like take naps on park benches and dig in garbage cans and stuff.
Now they're speaking my language. This big hammer's pretty great. I
Yeah.
kind of want her to hold it, but she's holding Peach on.
Well, it's got a really skinny handle.
Well, I mean, the
That's
hands
so
have
she can
to
hold
grip
it.
It's got a huge head and a small shaft.
It looks like the Donkey Kong mallet.
Kind of, yeah. Doesn't have like the star on it, but
Yeah.
it
You
does actually feel kind of top heavy. So I don't even know if she'd like stand up. If she'd probably fall over. I'd have to use the stand and all this fucking weird bullshit, and I never bothered with that stuff because it was like, who cares?
You should paint a star on it.
Yeah. I need to go home and take Ron McGoon out of the box and then set up a silly scenario where she's whacking him in the head for eternity. That's my playground. You are the new Robert Stinko, Ron Masato Tome. Yeah, I think Hitman is my new favorite playground for silliness and wacky
cool.
doodles.
Yeah. You should,
It's like, man, I really wanted to bring the PlayStation 4 also, but then it's like, oh, it can only plug in. Like, there might be some weird connection where it's like HDMI to composite or component or whatever, plug into a TV, but man, that's probably
if they
weird.
ever release some sort of Saints Row collection for PS4, you should maybe think about that too, because that one's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I know they have a collection for a lot of those games, like last generation. There's one for the Uncharted series, because our PlayStation 4 came with Uncharted 4, which is cool, but I've never played the other ones. So I was looking around on like the PlayStation's like online-y thing. There's a service where it's like, oh, you can play old PlayStation 3 games. Like it streams them to the console, so it's kind of wonky, but it works generally well if your internet's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually able to play like the first, 40 minutes or so of like the first Uncharted, and I was like, this is actually pretty good. And I do want to play them. Like that's a series I've always wanted to play because I like the Uncharted's made by Naughty Dog, and they made Crash Bandicoot back when it was good and relevant on PlayStation before Universal butt-fucked it. And then they also made Jak and Daxter, another series I really like. But I never got to play Uncharted because I didn't have a PlayStation 3, and it's like, well, now I have the chance to play it, and it's actually pretty fun. I was shooting fools on a boat, and then I was running around a jungle with old guy, and he's like saying all kinds of silly old guy shit. I'm too old for this shit. Fucking, where's the goddamn treasure, Bart? And he's pretty funny.
I'm pretty sure Patrick.
I know Patrick said like,
he
you
ended
gotta
up-
play Uncharted or something.
Yeah,
at
he
some
ended
point.
up renting like the first 3 Uncharteds from Redbox.
Yeah, they actually
over
have
time,
all 3
and-
for PlayStation 4 on a collection for like $20, and they're actually like remastered to an extent, so
You
they
should
look way better.
Get that.
Yeah, I got Street Fighter 5 instead because it was also $20, and that's the good thing about Street Fighter 5. Like the thing everyone complained about with the old Street Fighters was they kept like making new versions of it and then charging full price for a new version that had like 3 new characters,
Mm-hmm.
And this Street Fighter 5, they're like outright saying, this is the only version we're gonna make. We're gonna add download content. You can buy it with real money, or if you play the game, just do a lot of the modes in it. You get something called fight money or fight points or something.
Oh, and then you can get new characters.
And you can
So
use
you
that.
get premium currency
That's
that you
cool.
can spend, or you can just pay money to buy it all.
See, I just played the story mode, which is cool because I wanted to play. I wanted to play it. It was a pretty good story mode, and I got a whole ton of fight money, and it's like now I can buy like these download characters. I didn't have to pay money for.
I
it,
bet
so
they
that's
got
cool.
I bet they got a ton of hate for that Street Fighter 4 bullshit.
Yeah, they did.
'Cause-
Because they kept coming up with updates. Like, even I was like, okay, I bought Super Street Fighter 4. I'm not buying, like, Arcade Edition or any of that bullshit. But then they finally came out with Ultra, and it had, like, 10-plus new characters. And it's like, okay, now it's worth the $15 or whatever I had to pay to update that. Instead of paying, like, $40 every time they updated it.
Mm-hmm.
That was okay. But, yeah, it pissed a lot of people off. So now they're just like, okay, look, we'll just put out the new characters and content. You can either pay for it right away if you're impatient, or if you play the game a bit, you get the in-game currency to just buy them, which is what I did. I got 2 of the download characters for no dollars, which
Or
is
just
cool.
playing the game.
From
for a
just
while.
playing it, because I was
Yeah,
going to
and
play it
then-
anyway.
Yeah, you're gonna play it anyway, so you might as well earn the.
So do you have
Game
the
dollars.
best Street Fighter ever yet?
No.
Wait, what? You didn't get Dan? I farted.
You farted when you said Dan? What?
Yeah.
That's weird. I wouldn't
Oh, man.
associate flatulence with Dan at all. That's bizarre. You make that connection. No, they don't have Dan.
What?
They do have Dan's comments on every fighter when you download them. It's like, oh, this guy looks scary and stupid. I bet I could beat him.
Street Fighter 5 is the worst Street Fighter game ever because it doesn't have Dan.
Street Fighter 2 doesn't have Dan.
That one's bad too then.
But
What
this
about
one
Street
is-
Fighter 1?
That one's horrible. Just in general.
Yeah, it is. I actually played that enough. I got good at it. Like, people can't even do special moves consistently in that game. It's such a broken mess. I learned how to do it consistently.
Yeah, that game is fucking awful. I hate that one so much.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Well, this one's okay too. I got like the characters in there.
Doesn't have Dan. Not happy until you get Dan.
Well,
When are they gonna release Dan?
tomorrow. They're gonna release him tomorrow. It's fine. Or not.
I wouldn't waste my money on that shit.
But it's fun. You get like weird.
It's not fun because there's no Dan.
You need all the characters.
And this is a prequel, right?
No, well, so okay.
It's sort of in the alpha.
They made Street Fighter 3, and that story takes place like way after the other ones, the alpha games, Street Fighter 2 and 4. Street Fighter 5 takes place right before Street Fighter 3. So after 4, but still before 3.
So it's got characters that weren't in 3, but are in 5, and now I'm confused. Why can't they just go, here are characters, fight?
It's a
Can I see
very...
that for a second? I won't break her.
Yes, you would.
Yay!
If you want,
They did her skirt right, so you can pose her
Oh
legs
yeah,
in
it's
any way
actually
you want.
her skirt. That was what I was wondering. It's like, is her skirt actually bendable? Or is there like that stupid doctor?
And they made a seam in it so that you can look at her underwear.
Well, that's. I mean, okay, that's not what I was getting at. But you can. It's posable.
Yeah, you can, because we've gotten some Star Trek
Yeah,
figures
like
where
that
they.
Geordie one I have. Where
Yeah,
he's got the dress uniform.
He's got the dress uniform with the little skirt
You can
thing.
barely move his. Like you can move his little feet. Go. Dee, 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 dee.
Yeah, and it's because it's super stiff.
Stupid.
And then the
Dr. Noonian.
yeah, Dr. Sung up there with his trench coaty thing. It's all super hard plastic, so you can't really pose his legs in any way you want. So yeah, I was noticing there was that seam on her skirt, and it's actually like a bendable material too.
I didn't even notice that. I was just like, oh, the skirt's flexible.
So you could actually bend her, like pose her legs in silly ways.
you could
Which
pose her
is
over,
the
so
best part about action figures.
pose her over so an alien can do this.
Doot, doot, doot. The alien is doing dooty doots.
No, that's not appropriate. Don't
You can also
listen.
look at her underwear if you wanted
No.
to. And then she could El Kabong you on the head because you're being a pervert, just like in the comic.
What do you think I do all day?
I think that you look at your Sailor Moon figure's underwear.
No, they're all wadded up in a box somewhere. Because I was tired of them falling over.
So you could look at their underwear.
Alright, I'm gonna put the unhappy face on her because you're all being gross. If I
So-
can get it out of the box. Come on.
I'm just behaving in a way that is befitting of the manga.
You're gonna be like Haposai. You're gonna be the weirdo jumping around stealing.
Yeah.
everywhere.
Exactly. See? It's perfect.
So Wes, what have you been up to lately? Anything?
Contradiction spot the liar.
Yeah, Jason and I played some Contradiction Spot the Liar and I
And we're gonna
The
do it more.
first episode of that is uploaded already, and I have the second one ready to go up, and it'll be up in a couple days probably.
Hooray.
Long before this podcast, more than likely.
It'll be up like a week before this. Yeah, like I'm actually on a schedule now of getting videos and stuff ready and uploaded, and it's working. So, if anybody that listens to this has noticed,
Yeah.
videos have actually been going up somewhat regularly.
Turns out we've got content.
Yeah,
Thing people seem to like.
it's neat. That's kind of mainly what I've been doing is just doing the videos. and being tired.
And working and sleeping and yeah.
I should start
Not
doing
sleeping.
that stuff
Not,
too. 'Cause
not really
I don't
sleeping much.
Do anything.
I haven't really been doing that much sleep.
That's what I do. Work and sleep. And then Dragon Quest.
But Hitman, you can kill someone with a circumcision knife. You can throw at their head or stab them.
That sounds neat, but I have to buy a PlayStation 4 before I can do that, and I'm not going to do that.
Because they're expensive.
How much was it, by the way?
It's also on PCs.
$300, over $300 after tax.
Ouch.
It's not as bad as I was thinking, although it's been out for a bit now. So
Yeah, it's been out for a few years.
Mm.
Things usually get cheaper after a while.
Oh, you could buy the
That's why
PlayStation 4 Pro, and if you have a $4,000 HD 4K, whatever the fuck TV, it looks slightly better. It's totally worth it.
Oh, yeah, by the way, I'd have to buy a fucking new TV, too.
Yeah.
Yes, you'd have to get rid of that
TV.
square box that you have over
Why
there.
the hell would I get rid of it?
No, yeah, you keep it for like actual real games, and then you use it for HD or E for the other one.
But you'd have nowhere to put the TV.
I'd find a place. I'd put it... See, there's that empty space right there where the chair used to be. I'd move the chair.
But then you'd have to find a place for the chair.
I'd find another piece of furniture down by the dumpster and just bring it up here and throw it on top of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah, that works.
Yeah, anytime you need new furniture. Oh yeah, she's
Check the
super
dumpster.
top heavy. I gave her the hammer, and she's just gonna fall over because
Can
it's so
you-
heavy.
I wonder if you can balance her in a way.
If she's leaning really, really far back.
I don't know. I'd have to use the stand, and I never bother with it because it's stupid.
No. I will make this work, damn it.
She just won't be looking like she's hitting anything because she'll be like
She'll be
holding
about
it
to
way up
swing
in
it
the air.
over
Well,
somebody's
also,
head.
there's nothing to hit.
There, she's standing. See, I'm magic.
That looks dumb.
No. She's going to El Kabong somebody, damn it.
Mm.
El Kabong. Except El Kabonging would be... Actually, it fits pretty well.
No.
Face hugger.
No.
Jason's being finicky about his toy.
Hug her face with a face hugger.
Kiako is a highly posable action set figurine realistic motion life. What does the box say?
It's
the box,
posable.
The box says something
The,
super
the
dumb.
box says a bunch of Japanese stuff I can't read.
No, it says something else that's super dumb. Oh, wait, the other ones did. Oh.
That one doesn't. They're like, well, people are going to buy it, so let's not bother writing on the box.
Weird. It doesn't say that on the other. Oh, yeah, here it is. SH Figure Arts is a new standard figure series that incorporates the Bandai action figure art, in quotes, under the theme, quote, pursuing character expression through humanoid action, in quotes.
What? Humanoid action?
Yes, it's humanoid.
Pursuing character expression through humanoid action.
I like
That means it's serious.
I like that. It's a toy.
That's so they can claim it's not a toy. It's like, it's not a toy.
It's a toy for babies. You got a baby toy.
No.
You a baby, Jason.
I wish I'd found a cool toy today for babies.
Because you had gift card money that let
And
you
it was
spend it
weird
at place
discount
we always
day.
go to.
Yeah. We got a fuckload of comics today.
Lots of things to read.
There were ones that I wanted to get, but I was like debating on whether I wanted to spend the money on it, and I got a gift card for $50. BUX, as they put it on the gift card.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
The fun part.
And I spent almost all of it.
You
You
have
have $6 and
91 cents?
Yeah. No, don't tell anyone on the internet, they'll steal it.
Yeah.
From my paper certificate, highly advanced technology of paper with words written on it.
And it's not connected to the internet. There's no way for people to hack it.
They'll find a way.
Wouldn't that be great if we had a currency that people couldn't just type on the computer and steal?
You know how they'll hack my
That'll never
gift
happen.
certificate they'll walk up to me, punch me in the face, and then take it from my hand. That's how they'll hack
It'll
it.
be like, you've been hacked. And then you pull out a gun and shoot them just for saying that, not necessarily the act of thievery, just for saying something really douchey. Like, you've been life hacked. Ugh. Assholes. Facebook dickhead shitty.
Oh, God.
I dropped her face and I can't find it.
Better not run it over with the rolly chair. You'll crush it. She no longer
Oh,
has
it's
a
under. I
face
see it under the chair.
because you crushed it.
I dropped her face and I can't find it.
That's something somebody says every day.
I
I dropped my face and I can't find it. No.
I say that at least 3 times a day. I don't know what you guys are doing.
I know who else can claim that. The witch from the second Wizard of Oz movie.
Oh god, yeah, with the hallway with all the fucking heads.
Yeah.
That was creepy.
Yeah, that was probably the creepiest part of that movie is when she wakes up and all the heads wake up and just start screaming all at the same time.
You know,
Jeez.
for kids.
Yeah, and there's just a headless body walking around, stumbling around, trying to find their head.
Good old 80s kids movies. Scaring the piss out of them.
Everybody seemed to think those wheeler whatever monkey things on the wheels, the stilt wheels.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody seemed to think they were really creepy and scary, but I thought they were cool.
Yeah, I never really...
But they're on roller skates and they're tall.
The
So
last
that's
time I saw
scary.
that movie was
Because
probably
they're
like
tall. They're
over 20
afraid
years
of
ago,
tall
so I don't
things.
even remember.
Like giraffes.
It was
Other than-
because they had like freakishly long arms and legs, and I don't know.
Yeah, like
I
it's
thought they
like
were
they
neat.
would skate around them like both their hands and feet, and then like the top of their helmets looked like faces, and then they'd turn up their helmet heads, and they'd be like, "Oh, there's their actual face." Ooh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, they're weird looking, sure, but yeah, I didn't really care.
I thought they were cool. Some people thought they were scary. So a
Well,
lot of people
some
think.
people
All I
think
remember
clowns
was,
are
like-
scary.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. A lot of people think clowns are scary, and
I just remember the
don't.
couch that had like a moose's
Yeah,
head or whatever.
I've never been afraid of
It's weird.
clowns. It's like,
I actually found a shirt at the thrift store. I didn't end up getting it, but it's pretty funny. It just has like a creepy clown face on the front, and then on the back it has the term for
clownophobia.
clownophobia. It was a different word, but yeah, it has the word and then the definition for it on the back.
Wow.
That is amusing.
Pretty funny. For people that aren't afraid of clowns, that want to mess with people that are afraid of clowns.
Just like be wearing a jacket and walk up to somebody who's afraid of clowns and then flash them their shirt,
Yeah.
have them freak out.
And then they scream and run away.
I felt like it was a little bit too relevant with those people dressing up as clowns lately.
Oh, yeah.
Are they still doing that?
I don't know.
Sometimes, every once in a while, you'll hear another story about somebody stupid doing that.
I heard
Hey,
about
look,
that like
somebody's
a year
dressed
ago,
up as a
and then
creepy
I
clown
didn't hear
and
about it since.
standing somewhere.
I saw a video where some kid did it. Like, he jumped around the corner and
Went oogie
scared
boogie.
scared some guy, and then the guy went off on him. He's like, "That's not fucking funny," and then he, like, "Here, let me show you what's funny," and he like punches him in the face and knocks him flat on his ass. He's out cold, and he's like, "Ha ha, funny, huh?"
Great.
Yeah, I'd expect more along the lines of them jumping out and then the guy just pulling out a gun and shooting him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that could happen
That's more than likely going to happen, but
eventually. Keep it up.
Yeah.
funny now, right? Isn't it? No? Yeah.
Space Ghost is talking to a person, like an actual like head in a TV.
Oh yeah, I remember that on that Coast to Coast show. Every once in a while, they have a real person on a TV, like he's interviewing them long distance or something.
There's that bug guy again. He has a piece of paper. I can't hear what he's saying.
His name's Zorak, because that sounds future-y, alien-y.
Oh, it's Gazoo. Oh, he's gone. It's like, yeah, the stuff I see in those shows is like, oh, this is weird. Oh, wait, it's fucking Barney Flintstone, whatever, Barney Rubble, and he's, like, drunk. I don't know.
I actually started watching a few Harvey Birdman episodes again.
Yeah, I haven't seen that show in,
I
like,
still
10
like
years.
them.
I've still never seen one, so I haven't got a clue.
They're great.
But I have games to play.
But they're only 12 minutes long at most.
But that's 12 minutes that could go into a game.
But you'd be entertained.
But I could be playing a game.
That's not
What
as
if you could
entertaining.
do both? You could watch something silly and also be playing a game at the same time.
So you're playing a game where you're watching TV.
Yeah. See, what you do is you sit in front of the TV with a controller and you push buttons on the controller and you watch the show. And you pretend like you're controlling the show, but you're not.
Oh, it's like when
get-
you watch the channels in Spanish, but you mute it and you make up your own dialogue.
Yeah, kind of like that.
I'd just get really frustrated because they're not doing what I'm telling them to do with the controller. Left, damn it, left! It's like that hover thing in Mario Party where I'm moving the controller and it's not going in the way that it's supposed to be going.
I played that game and it worked fine. You were holding it wrong.
My guy was just going off in weird random directions and it was
Oh,
like,
but-
what the hell?
Then I was water skiing just fine by holding the controller out with one hand and tilting it slightly this way and that way.
Yeah, and that worked fine.
Eh,
But hovercraft? No.
That's not how you water ski. You have to hold it properly or you will fall and die and you won't win the Mario Party.
But I didn't fall and die.
You should have.
Yeah, it's weird with the using the motion controls on the Wii U or the Wii thingy. It's like, oh, we have motion controls, so
Yeah,
half the things that could be controller is like, oh, well, we're gonna use the motion thing.
Yeah, every one of the mini games could easily have been controlled with a normal control scheme, but no, they had to do gimmicky bullshit.
We must be gimmicky like microphones because those games are awesome. Orange,
Math the Mortician
Orange!
is a game.
1,
banana,
9,
fire.
7, 7, 7, 6,
That's how you
2.
win.
Unless you've played the Mario Party Torture, you won't know what we're talking about.
8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 12. Oh wait, there's no 12.
Well, it was always fun trying to say just random things that you're not supposed to, like "fuck," and see what happens. Every once in a while, it would work.
Or
Minnesota.
who's your daddy?
Gimmicks.
Who's your uncle?
You say the code word and Mario stops the party.
Yeah, it's called power.
No.
Isn't that
We get to play more contradictions, spot the liar, and I'm excited.
Me too. That's actually a fun game.
We get to watch Inspected Jinx inspect things with his jinkiness.
Yeah.
I don't remember how far we got in that.
Did you watch? Did you watch through the first episode that I put?
Yeah. But I know we did 2, and I can't remember how
Yeah.
far we got in the second one.
Well, you'll find out when we play today.
Oh boy. Maybe we'll get to. Did we talk to Weird Atlas leader guy yet?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Do we talk to the other one?
No.
Ooh, it's gonna be fun. Apparently they got, like, aside from the random weirdos they got, they like one of the actors in it, and you'll probably know it when you see it just by the, like, he was an actual, like, real actor who was on, like, British shows and shit, so he's like a real person and not like a cartoon character they found somewhere.
So he's somebody who can actually act.
Oh, the acting in it's all been great so far, I think.
Me too. I think it's.
So he'll be the most boring character.
Oh, snore.
No, you'll see. You'll see. It's great. Every one of them deserves an Oscar for being weird.
The sad part is they were probably trying to be normal.
I don't know. Maybe. I'd probably like it more if they were really trying to act good.
I don't know. I think I heard from like one of the actual actors, like they kind of knew they were being cheeseballs, so they just went with it because they realized it was funnier.
Yeah.
But it's a really good game. Everyone should
I
play
mean,
it.
some of them seem like they're trying legit to, do good.
Well, yeah, some of them are
like
pretty normal.
Simon
but-
is kind of normally.
Yeah. But then you got Jinx, like, chewing the scenery and, like, holding up crap in people's faces, like, what do you think about this? And then he's just all wacky, and then it, like, pans over to the other guy who's just like, all straight face, like,
Yeah.
it's really good.
Oh.
Hitman's kind of like that, too, because everyone in that, like, the people say weird stuff. You'll be walking around as a chef, and someone will be like, hey, how's the food today, chef? Like, they don't talk like real people. They talk like weird robots that were shown films of people, and they're like, here, do that. And they're like, okay. You're walking around as a scientist, and one guy literally says, science paves the way for the future, huh? Like some security guard. And it's like, what the fuck? Yeah, just like you're not even talking to them. You're just walking around. They like say something to you as you're passing them, and it's.
So have you
the
passed
weirdest
anybody and said, not looking at them and have them go, yes, Outlander?
thing. No, not yet. I think that'll happen on the next.
Just
one.
from behind you, creepily, like.
Just walk up.
Yeah, you're just standing there,
Yes,
mind your own
Outlander.
business, thinking about what house you're gonna steal the silverware from next, because that's all there is to do in that fucking game. And then you hear Outlander, and you turn around, there's some like weird dark-skinned elf guy right in your face, like, oh shit, what the fuck is your problem, weirdo? Leave me alone.
Outlander.
Ugh. That might have been the only part of that game I really liked.
It's like having a creeper, except they don't explode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you just hear the hiss and you have long enough to go, oh, fuck, and boom! It was real fun before they patched it, and the explosion was so loud it would blow out your fucking headphones and brains. And
God, that was
speakers.
horrible.
They patched it to make the explosion.
Yeah, they made the
louder.
explosion quieter.
No, because in the
very
original one, it
first-
was so
Yeah,
loud.
the original one, you'd hear the hiss and then boom! It'd be so fucking loud, like you go, ah! and
It'd
freak
literally
out.
I
make
thought you were
ears
saying they
bleed.
patched it to make it louder.
No, they patched it to make it quieter, but yeah, it used to be super loud, and like you didn't want to get blown up, not just because it would kill you or destroy your stuff. You just didn't want to deal with the fucking loud noise because it was terrible.
Me, it's just like I don't want to deal with it blowing up everything I've built. It's like, God damn it! That's a thing in Dragon Quest, though, is the enemies can destroy your stuff, and it always pisses me off that the Hammerhoods come in with their hammers and start breaking things, and unless you can find wall material that they can't break, which in the last chapter I did, I couldn't find anything that they couldn't break, and it was pissing me the hell off because they just randomly show up at your base every once in a while, and oh, there goes your kitchen. It's like, God damn it, where the fucking hell is he? And then run around trying to find the little bastard before he destroys half my town. And then I have to go and rebuild it all. And then while I'm rebuilding it, another one shows up. It's like,
But
go away!
that's the fun of the game.
Still not as bad as Minecraft with creepers blowing up your entire house. At least in Dragon Quest, when anything gets destroyed, it stays there forever. I mean, you can go back over and pick it up. There's literally times that I've like destroyed like a bush that I couldn't pick up on the other side of the map and came back 2 hours later and oh, there it is, still sitting there broken for you to pick up. Even if you save and quit and load the game again, it's still there to be picked up.
Yeah, like with the creepers, the blocks that were destroyed are gone.
Yeah, literally there's like a 50% chance of it just being like destroyed completely and you can't even put it back together. And yeah, that just made me mad.
Outlander. Boom!
Yeah.
Yeah,
They should say that.
I bet you I could modify Morrowind to do that because I used to mod Morrowind
Take out
like
the hiss
crazy.
sound effect and that.
I just
either
I just
that or
create NPCs that walk up to you and say Outlander and then cause a big explosion.
either that or mod Minecraft to have the creepers say Outlander before they explode.
You could do that
Instead
too.
of hissing.
Instead of hissing, it's just like Outlander.
And you go,
You could probably even mod them to look like dark elves.
I like modding
Wouldn't be that
games.
hard, you'd think.
No, you just have to give it a different model.
Yeah.
fucking Morrowind, stupid bullshit game.
Awesome game. That still holds the
You
record
do
of most
whatever you
hours
want,
I've sunk
man.
into it ever. And I don't even know how many hours it is because it doesn't keep track, but I know it wins. Hands down, over everything, including World of Warcraft.
I spent 600 hours on Persona 4, and now I'm playing Persona 5.
Are you gonna spend more hours on Persona 4?
Maybe. But for now, I've been playing Persona 5, and it's really fun, but I've only played a couple hours of it so far. I need to do that more so I can talk about it and be like, oh, everyone's dead. You won't guess who, but I'll tell you and ruin the game.
But then you can't play Hitman.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Why
about
on earth do you have 2 games to play at once?
Oh.
it? You have some sort of a problem.
Yeah.
That's why I'm absorbing all my time into Dragon Quest.
I was also playing Crash Bandicoot. It
How was that?
was alright. The first game's hard, though, because you have to beat every stage without losing a single life in one run, or otherwise you don't get the special gem item.
That's just retarded.
Yeah. I've done it like 3 times.
Just
Getting everything in the game. I don't know why.
because you have time to kill.
Yeah. I like to spend the entire night screaming at an imaginary bandicoot on screen because I fell.
Yeah, fun.
Man, I'm gonna need more caffeine juice before we do any contradiction. Otherwise, that won't be funny.
But it's so silly, Billy. We're gonna meet some guy and probably some other lady or something, and then some other dude. It'll be cool.
And then you hold up a screwdriver and say, "You recognize this?
No.
I'll say, yeah, you asshole, that's my screwdriver.
Why'd you steal it? What the hell?" It's
No,
evidence.
it's not worth asking him about,
Because he's gonna want it back.
because I don't have any possessions of my own.
He's a professional investigator, so all he's done is take a screwdriver and talk to people and
He's a homeless
Stole a
guy who's
cardboard
insane and
mask.
thinks he's an investigator,
cardboard
and
mask.
everybody just assumes he is because he says he is. There's the story.
If I remember correctly, I think we get to go in the woods soon, and it'll be funny.
Do you want to know who's the murderer? The investigator!
No.
Oh, it turns out I was looking for me the whole time.
So glad I was on the case.
It's the perfect crime.
I would have never guessed.
No.
I didn't guess.
That was a SpongeBob episode.
Well then, I think that's a podcast.
Me too. I need coffee in my brain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pour it into my ear.
Mr. Ghost Man or whatever is talking to a TV that doesn't have anything on it, so he's pretty boring. Oh, hey, it's that bug creature again. Oh, now it's him.
Alright. Oh, man.
Stuff.
Bye.